It's time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and we'll be talking with Andi and Danielle of Who's Leading Who Dog Shop. I think they're known mostly about their dog training, but they have so many other different services now, as they've been in business for over a year, and we're excited to be speaking with them. You can find out more about their services through our podcast that we're going to do in just a couple moments, but we also have a video where they have a couple of Shih Tzus that you can see that are absolutely adorable. And you can find that on outandaboutwithjamiegrout.com and also on the YouTube channel. And this is sponsored by the folks at Who's Leading Who Dog Training and Dog Shop, and also by our friends at Grinnell State Bank. I want to thank all the gang there for supporting this podcast for the Grinnell area. We've been focusing on all kinds of things going on in the Grinnell area for nearly a year now, and want to thank them for being such strong supporters of all the things going on in Grinnell. Grinnell State Bank not only located in Grinnell, but also in Johnston, Marengo, and Polk City. And don't forget about their convenient online and mobile banking that they have going on. Check out all their options that make banking fit into your life. And if you're not a customer yet, you can get started. Open your accounts in just 15 minutes at Grinnell State Bank. Not sure what you need? Check out Simply Banking and open your accounts online or in person at any of their 4 locations. They have financial advisors, loan officers, and insurance agents working under the same roof, MasterCard, debit cards, and no monthly fees on debit cards at Grinnell State Bank. Simply smarter business at Grinnell State Bank. It's time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout, and this time around we're at Who's Leading Who Dog Shop in Grinnell, and I was excited to be at their open house here a couple of weekends ago, and I'm with Danielle Kaizen and Andrea Smith.
Yep. It's a hard one to remember. Smith, Johnson, easy.
The brain is going. It's,
gonna help you.
Old age. And we have a couple of dogs with us here. Who are these dogs anyway?
So one is WLW Ruger and the other one is WLW Samuel Nino.
Okay.
So he's called Nino because he's like a little child. He gets in trouble all the time, but it's okay. We still love him.
We do.
And we have Sully with us too for moral support. And so that's always nice. I had such a good time at your open house, and I found out a whole bunch of stuff, and we did a short video and some interviews and things like that. But Danielle, I'll start off with you. Tell us where you guys got the idea to start your business.
Well, Andy and I, we both loved dogs for a really, really, really long time, and I've been thinking about it for a really long time because there was nothing in our area. So you had to travel like 45 minutes to an hour to get to any kind of training class. And finally, I just reached out to Andi because I knew that she had still been taking classes. Like she was making the drive to go take classes places. And so I reached out to her because I wanted to find out what a comparable prices would be and stuff like that. And she's like, "You want to do this?" And I said, "Yep, let's do it." And 6 months later, we started our first class, and we've grown ever since, so it's been a really fun experience.
And you guys have been in business for a year, right?
Yep.
A little over a year.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
No, I had shared with Danielle that one evening because she had reached out to me and was talking about it, and I said, I had been training privately for some people, and I said I really would just like to do a brick and mortar where people come to us, because going into other people's houses, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. And so it's just a lot nicer, easier for more people to come to you and talk to you about their dog and be able to help them with a partner. So
okay, great.
It's been awesome.
Okay, so tell me about your background in dog training.
Sure. So Danielle and I both started when we were in 4-H. So, that was just a few years ago.
Yeah, way back.
Like fourth grade-ish,
like
around in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just, not so long ago. So we had trained with some others, and I've worked with a lot of other dog trainers, and I really loved my experiences. So I decided that I would go ahead and achieve my therapy dog certification so that I could help others certify their dogs. My AKC, American Kennel Club certification, United Kennel Club certification, and I'm almost finished with my master's program for dog training, dog behavior, and psychology. So it's been a lot of fun.
Psychology.
Psychology. And you know, social worker at heart, so the whole psychology, human services, and now canine services. What better way to mesh the two?
Okay. And I found out from being here at the open house that you guys offer a lot of services. I don't know which one of you wants to field this question, but tell us about all the services that you offer here.
Well, so we do doggy daycare. We've just started that last week. It's been a lot of fun. We've got about 8 dogs that, you know, alternate between days. And we do training classes from star puppy all the way up to a therapy dog, boarding. Danielle has been fantastic with private lessons. And we've just opened new creation dog grooming services here. Gosh, Danielle, can you think of anything else?
We're going to be starting some board and train services coming up here in the near future.
So board and train, it's just as it sounds.
They drop their dog off. We train them for 2 or 4 weeks, whichever they decide to do, and then we give them some private lessons to teach them how we've been teaching their dogs so that they have the tools to take their dog home and have a really well-behaved dog.
Yeah, and I really love our setup here because we do have a kitchen, we have a living room, a lot of things that we can simulate having at home. So, you know, a lot of our clients have said, how do I teach my dog to stay off the furniture? How do I keep my dog out of the trash or off the table or off the counter surfing, you know? And so we've been able to simulate that at home. And then another good experience is that we're taking them, you know, to our houses, how to get used to being in a house. We're going out in public, farmers market, all of that stuff, how to navigate community settings and have good manners. So that's really important.
Yep, and we do offer rally classes. We alternate that with our advanced beginner classes.
What are rally classes?
Rally is I call it a dog sport, but maybe other people don't call it a dog sport. But it's a class in which you do different obedience skills in a pattern based on a routine that's made of signs. Yeah. So they put up 10 to 15 signs, and then you have to go through and do those signs, whatever the sign says, whether it says call to front, you know, return to heel, like anything like that. So
and they give you a map like a few seconds before you can go and check the rally signs. And so you have a start and you go to the first sign and you do whatever the sign says, whether it be dog sit down, whatever.
360 to the right.
Yeah, Danielle is so good at it. I am not, but I get lost in my map, and that's why I have GPS on my car.
And then we are also we are also offering a trick dog class coming up. That's a new class for us that we're offering. It's a three-day class on Friday evening. So that's something else that we're adding to our repertoire here.
It's good times.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now, I was in a question and answer session with Bev Klingensmith, who is the owner of Bing, the famous dog from the movie The Friend. And it was very interesting because when she was on the set of The Friend, it was not only Bev, but also there was a professional trainer there too. And I know trainers have different training methods. So that brings up the question, what are your training methods that you have here at Who's Leading Who?
So one of the things that we often say in our first class is that, you know, we have a balanced training method. First, we go with the positive reinforcement, you know, the treats, the toys, the fun voices, that all of the things that we can do to help motivate your dog. It's like snowflakes. Not one dog is the same. Not one snowflake is the same. They're all different. So they're all going to need different training methods, you know, and so occasionally you have to use a little gentle pressure, like, you know, when we're working on the down stays or the down. Dogs don't like to do the down, so you say down and you help guide them down, but put a little pressure on their shoulder. And we demonstrate that with the owners too, on, you know, just a little pressure so that they aren't, you know, Hulk slamming the dog. We don't want that. It needs to be a positive experience. Otherwise, your dog is going to be terrified and not want to do those things. But I know that there's always a lot of giggles and laughter here. And so I feel like force-free is kind of our training method. You know, a lot of encouragement with the dogs and their owners.
Right. Do you offer a guarantee?
Well, I mean, I guarantee that you are going to have a really good time with your best friend. You're going to learn solid foundations and you're going to grow from that. So that is my guarantee. You are going to have fun. We are going to laugh. Your dog's going to have fun.
And you kind of answered this question already, but you know, how do you reward a dog's positive behavior?
Oh, we call it big celebrations and payout. I always tell folks, you know, like if you said to me, hey, I will give you a slice of Casey's pizza. There's a plug for Casey's. If you give me a slice of Casey's pizza, I will absolutely walk your dog. So we have treats for our dogs and big parties and celebrations and lots of good rewards for those moments of success. And we also reward their owner or their trainer or their person because that's a lot of hard work.
You bet.
And you have to, again, each dog is a little bit different. So one of my dogs, Sam, he is very food motivated. So I can get him to do anything for a treat. But my big dog here, Rue, he doesn't care about treats. He doesn't care about toys. He gets excited by my really happy voice. So that's what I use for him. It's a really, yes, good boy, that's perfect. And he just gets excited about it.
It's however they respond.
Yep. But Sam, I mean, he's okay. Like he does a little bit with voice. We're still working on connecting the voice to the treat type of thing. So he gets excited about it. But he will do anything for any kind of food. He doesn't care what it is.
We worked with a dog here a while back, a golden retriever, and nothing, toys, nothing was exciting for her. But she did love cat food. And so, whatever it took. And so she was very food motivated by 9 lives.
Okay.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. So what do you do? What do you guys do if the dog gets it wrong?
We continue to help them be successful. You know, there's different types of collars, different types of leashes, different types of treats. We have beef liver, chicken liver, hot dogs. I mean, you name it. Squeaky toys, tennis balls, anything, whatever it takes. Like I said, all dogs are different. It's whatever's going to motivate them.
So one thing that we do use a different tone and vocal commands. So like if I ask my dog to sit, stay, and he pops up, it's a sit. Put him back in a sit, tell him to stay again, try again. And and if you need to, you shorten up the length of time that you're asking them to do something so that you can praise them for doing something really well. We also do use a little bit of positive leash pressure. So we'll use a leash to put them back into a sit stay if they got out of it, as opposed to using your hands, because they think of when you use your hands on your dog, it's a positive reinforcement to them, and so they're like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. She's petting me. She's loving on me, regardless of whether you're trying to push them away or whether you're actually petting them and loving on them. So we do use a little bit of leash pressure, but we don't do it in a mean way. We don't drag the dog around by their leash or anything
We don't make
like
gigantic
that.
corrections. Danielle and I have actually attended some classes where we've had other trainers do that, and it was a lot of, you know, training color and yanking, and we just felt like that was very aggressive, and that's not the training that we have here.
Can you teach an old dog new tricks?
Well, Danielle.
Absolutely. I'm a firm believer that any dog can be taught.
Rue is an example.
We got Rue when he was about 18 months old, and we started training him to show about 4.5, I think.
But wait a second, 18 months old is not very old.
No,
it's not very
He just
old.
got invited to a national rally. Oh, tell me what it was.
It was the National Rally show down in Missouri, I think it is.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he's 7 now.
Oh.
And
But that was this year, so
well,
yes, you can teach an old dog.
He's the oldest dog you've trained since 7 years old? Okay.
But so he started officially training for like shows and stuff like that.
So this dog is 7 years old?
Yeah.
He'll be 7 in June.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We're going to have a huge birthday party.
Okay.
Actually, a potty.
Oh, a potty.
A potty. P-A-W-T-Y.
But
Ruth seems pretty happy.
He is a good boy.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
He's slowing down though. He's getting he's getting
a little
some
older.
arthritis. So he's actually officially retired from showing. So he got to do it for a year. He did really awesome. But yeah, he started at probably 4.5, in between 4 and 5. I don't remember for sure exactly when he started. But I feel like you can teach any age of dog Now, however, older dogs are going to require a little bit more patience than, say, a puppy straight out of the gate, because they have a lot of habits or things that they've been allowed to maybe get away with that you have to overcome. You can do it. It's just going to take a little bit more patience and a little bit more understanding. So
this is one I want to bring up, and it's kind of a little bit from left field, but when I did a live cast with Shannon from Pals, she a few weeks back had a pit bull that had been trained by you guys.
Lucky.
Yes,
And
Lucky.
I didn't even realize Lucky was a pit bull right away, because Lucky was so well trained, and pit bulls get a bad rap, don't they?
They do. But I feel like they do get a bad rap, but that can be any dog. And so it really just takes the responsibility of the owners and the training. Recently, we helped a family we were fostering a dog, and we helped this dog find a new home. And so one of the things that we said to them was this: we want you to be successful, so we want you to come and take class with us for the next 6 weeks so that you guys can build a good foundation with your new best friend. And so I think that's really important when you get a puppy to start working on those skills right away. And so pit bulls, yes, bad rep, but all dogs can be naughty dogs. All owners can be naughty owners. So we're just here to help them repair those relationships and be more successful.
And speaking of owners, how important is it that the owners follow up on their dog's training?
So we do offer pop-up classes. They're a 1-hour class on Friday nights. They're just $10 to attend.
Are these like refreshers?
Yeah, just refreshers, different workshops that they can come to. We have like a Saturday workshop where they can come and hang out and work on some stuff. We've started asking our classes to write 3 goals on their card, and then they put it up on the board. And so then we go over their goals, Danielle and I do together, and then we know that that's the things that they really need to work on. But it's been really exciting, and the follow-ups and the workshops are always well attended. We've had some guest speakers, Sarah Hines. She trains Malinois, and so she was here and did a healing class, and oh my gosh, it was so busy and so much fun. So
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But continued education, and not just like, you don't have to always bring your dog to a class in order to do the education. Do the work at home. Take 5 minutes, have them do a sit stay.
Yeah.
Take 5 minutes, put them in a heel. It's kind of like when we went to school, say in high school, and we're working on algebra.
which was just not long ago either.
I haven't been right.
No, not long.
I haven't been using algebra for, we're not going to say how long, but we'll just say it's been a minute.
Don't tell Mr. Connor that.
And so am I going to remember everything that I did in algebra? Absolutely not. So it's really important to, once you get that good foundation, to keep going over that foundation throughout the entire dog's life. And it's a good responsibility as an owner to just put in a little bit of effort. And we say 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day, and it can be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 10 2-minute sessions. Just put the time in, put a little bit of effort in. It doesn't take much usually once they've got the basics, and you'll have a well-behaved dog.
I do downstairs with my dogs while I fold laundry.
Oh, you do? You really? Okay, all right.
Make supper.
Great. I have to ask, I'm just out of curiosity. Now, last week you couldn't do a podcast because you were doing something
Yes.
called like disaster training or something
So-
like that with dogs. What was that all about?
So
Andrea?
Rescue, my Dalmatian, is a national crisis response canine. And so we attended some crisis response here at the Grinnell College. They had a person pass away, and so the students and the staff were absolutely impacted by this loss. And they asked who's leading who to bring our therapy dog team and come and provide some therapy dogs to the students. And so luckily, Shelley McLaren, she came from the National Crisis Response Canines and joined us. And so it was really, really good. It was good for our hearts, the dogs, and the students and the faculty.
Yeah. Well, at the open house, there was a therapy dog that,
Maya.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Everybody
yes.
loves Maya.
Yeah.
She's such a sweetheart.
Maya is one of our therapy dogs that was certified here, and Maya goes to the University of Iowa, and she serves 3 floors of peds, which is pediatrics, and she is just a crowd favorite. But all of our therapy dogs are amazing. There's not one that I would say is like my favorite. They are all.
And she
my
actually,
favorite.
her owner is actually an author also.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she has a book
yes,
written
yes.
about her, Maya Spark of Courage,
Yeah.
I think it is. You can find it on Amazon.
Yes.
Shout out to Jeff and
Shout out
Peggy.
Peggy and I. Whoop, whoop.
And they're trying to get a nonprofit organization
Yes,
going
set up in
with
her
Maya.
name.
Because
Yep.
Maya's been through all kinds of health issues.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
From what
I
I
think she was
understand.
born, well,
I think she had parvo.
No,
Well, yeah, parvo was
you know
one
what?
of the
Yeah, I'm just
problems.
gonna go grab our
her book.
copy.
We have a
Okay.
copy. We have a signed copy.
Oh, well.
I know.
Hoity-toity.
I
How about
think,
that?
It was, I think a cleft palate, but let me.
Yeah, she had all kinds of problems.
But yeah,
She was the
she's-
runt of the litter, from what I understand.
Yes, and they have her brother Max, and he's gigantic. Such a great family, great wholesome story.
and
so
I
I
guess-
showing you how to turn the page.
Okay, and maybe I might have been misspoken. Maybe she was just the runt of the litter. She had to be bottle fed.
Well,
With a syringe.
I think the moral of the story is that if Maya can make it,
Absolutely.
you can
Everybody
make it,
can
and
make it,
that
yeah.
goes to
Yes.
these children who are going through
Yeah.
so many health issues in
I'm sorry.
Iowa City.
It's called Maya the Malamute, A Spark of Courage. I forgot
Yes.
the Malamute part on the first. So
It is wonderful.
definitely go to Amazon, look that up, and
Yeah, it's a great story. And Jeff and Peggy are wonderful.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you have to get your dog's potty to
All right,
take
yeah,
care
we
of.
gotta go to the
So we need
outside
to-
break.
We have to get this wrapped up. Anything else you two would like to add before we wrap this up?
We encourage people to come, even if you want to come and just hang out and pet dogs, doggy daycare, or come and visit, come and tour. We have lots of cool things going on. I know here recently we've had some of the home health crew from Unity Point come and just come on their lunch breaks and just hang out with dogs. It's all that feel good emotions that come out and just make your day so much better. So
and
come
you're
see
more than
us.
welcome to come watch a class if you're interested, but you're not sure and you're still like reviewing all the options in the area and stuff like that. Feel free to come watch, ask questions.
Yeah.
We're very open people and we're very willing to answer questions and
Yep.
All right.
Anytime.
Andrea and Danielle from
Yes.
Who's Leading Who in Grinnell. Check them out. How can they contact you guys?
Well, we have a Facebook, a Who's Leading Who Facebook, and then we're right between Anytime Fitness in Grinnell and Fastenal, so pretty close to the middle of town. So we welcome you just to join us anytime. Reach out to Danielle and myself. My number is 641-990-5046.
And Danelle's number is 641-990-4672. You can reach out by email at who'sleadingwhostore.com or at gmail.com. Sorry, who'sleadingwhostore@gmail.com. Or, just reach out on our Facebook page.
And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Out and About with Jamie Grout. Until next time, grrr, out is out. See ya.